Welcome back. I'm here at the top of the Capitol building in Missouri to tell you to support homeschooling. Welcome back. Yes, that was me at Jefferson City, Missouri, on top of the Capitol building. I was there for a homeschooling event for my children. In the little clip there, I said I'm endorsing homeschooling. I really do. I know that's not an option for everybody. It took us years to get to this point. COVID was a blessing in that regard. When all the schools shut down, all the excuse of not homeschooling went away. I don't know what your experience, you parents out there, what your experience with the virtual learning was, but it was horrible. I don't have a lot to say about the public school system, other than I think that there is a lot of good teachers out there. I have had good experience with teachers in the public school system. I've had experience with horrible teachers in the public school system. If you've ever attended very many college classes, you'll find out really quick that college does not make you smart. It gives you a certificate that allows you to do certain things, and it does increase your knowledge base. There's a lot of, especially if you're in a field like biology, like what I'm in. Academically, you have a lot of people with experience in the field, experience performing all studies using different methods of research, and so there is really good aspects. I'm just saying that not somebody who doesn't like to think for themselves can go through college and in college not thinking for themselves. And public schools have become more indoctrination machines than they have education machines. It's not reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's reading, writing, and social justice. So there's a lot of that is in two of the books that I've already recommended. One is called Irreversible Damage. It's about the trans movement among young women, where before this gender dysphoria was mainly in men, and it was very small percentage, and now it's in a lot of the young women, and it's post, like, for gender dysphoria you're supposed to, well, I've always felt this way, but there is a lot of this coaching going on to get the next steps, the hormones and the surgeries, to coach young women to say, I have always felt this way, even though, parents, relatives, their own, what they would have said in the past would attest to completely opposite to that. This book's called Irreversible Damage. It's written by a very liberal woman, but it has a lot of well-resourced information into the indoctrination of not just social media, but the government funded education system. Speaking of education, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that have a real heart to educate young kids. There's also a lot of people out there, like throughout the last century, who have a real heart to take the passion of the youth and turn it to a very particular political direction. So just be wary. The best way to avoid that would be to homeschool. There is a stigma. We've been to a few of these homeschool groups, and when you go to these homeschool groups, you look around and you're like, because you always, homeschoolers are weird, right? That's what people say. So you're like, where's the weird ones? And the thing is, when you look around and you don't see the weird ones, you know what that means? Yeah. you're the weird ones. So I don't think we're that. I may be a little weird. My kids are. They definitely don't have my well, not to the extent I have my social awkwardness. Anyways, coffee today. Be positive. So there is a little video that I would like to play real quick before I get started, and it's by, I think the channel on YouTube is Prince EA. I'll leave a link, even though I've looked through some of this guy's stuff, and some of it I would say it's some of it is great. I love it. Some of it I do not agree with. And if you can't tell by now, one of my main what I'd like to accomplish with the talking part, with the I'd like to do, if you go back into the earlier videos I've done, there's some documentaries that are horrible on production value, right? I literally using trash to put these together. I'm talking old beat up computers that I got from back of somebody's car on Craigslist that was running the original Windows Movie Maker and using stock mic. It's horrible, the quality, for the most part. But that's what I like to do. And I think some of them have some pretty good points, and I'd like to go deeper into that kind of stuff. But I'm also going to do these podcast things too. I also got a good response on the interview part of this, the talk, the conversation. I'm going to have more people on here, different points of view, and I'll have, I think, in the near future, we'll have Chris on here again. I think people enjoyed that. And so anyways, this is an opinion. This is an opinion channel right here. If you hear stuff in the background, I think my kids are going crazy in the other room. Everything's good as long as you don't hear sirens. If you see some flashing lights in here and I have to pause this, then things got out of hand. So anyways, different points of view, right? Even if I don't agree with it, it's if I don't agree with it, then it's debatable. I might not know right now all the facts against an issue or a topic or an opinion that I don't agree with. So I might take a beat and circle back. But I won't say you're an idiot. Yeah. I won't. I'm not gonna to get angry and use some straw man logic fallacies and stuff like that. I would like different points of view to be, even though this is from a Christian perspective, and this is kind of an apologetics broadcast here. But yeah, different points of view. So anyways, this guy has a really good one on the public school system. I'm just going to play a little bit of the clip right now.
Gentlemen of the jury, if we continue down this road, the results will be lethal. I don't have much faith in school, but I do have faith in people. And if we can customize healthcare, cars, and Facebook pages, then it is our duty to do the same for education, to upgrade it, change it, do away with school spirit, because that's useless. Unless we're working to bring the spirit out of each and every student, that should be our task. No more Common Core. Instead, let's reach the core of every heart in every class. Sure, math is important, but no more than art or dance. Let's give every gift an equal chance. I know this sounds like a dream, but countries like Finland are doing impressive things.
So yeah, I would suggest you go ahead and go. I'll leave a. Okay, let's see. I'll leave a link in the description. A few of these, I'm going to show you some clips. This is mainly, I'm going to show you some of the YouTube videos or channels that I really like, and I think you can get a lot out of. And I will, at the end of this video, you'll see them in panels, the top 3. The rest will be in links in the description. Go check out at least the public school system on trial, or I sued the public school system. It's spoken word, and it is phenomenal. So yeah, we went to the Capitol. It was a pretty good experience. There's a homeschool thing going on, but when we got there, it was a bunch of people in the center of the Capitol. Oh, the architecture of the Capitol is just amazing. Couldn't hear a word that was going on. didn't know what anybody was saying. So we kind of meandered around, and I'm gonna go ahead and play a clip of that. I'll just have the stuff going on in the background here while I'm talking. I got to see the governor's office and went to the lieutenant governor's or Secretary of State. Yeah, here we are there, and they had this antique press, and all the kids got to make seals with the antique press, and so we ran into a guy. He asked if we were there for the homeschooling thing, and we were like, yeah. And he was one of the representatives there, and he's not from my area, so I'm not. I don't know anything about him. Could have been a Republican, could have been a Democrat. The fact that he was there promoting, facilitating homeschoolers makes me think that he's not a Democrat. I don't know. He said, hey, go to my office and somebody will give you a tour. So we go to his office, and one of his aides or interns, who's also was homeschooled, takes us up to the top of he takes us up to this thing called the whisper chamber, where you can stand anywhere around this dome. You talk, whisper, you can hear it anywhere else. It's pretty amazing. And then, to my surprise, it took us all the way up to the tippy top. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And it's just, man, it's a marvel of art. And I know, Jefferson City, Missouri isn't the best capital out there. I'm just saying, you can learn a lot. We walked by a lot of we walked by some of the, my wife actually walked by one of the chamber in session and got to hear the arguments, and it was a pretty neat experience. So if you're anywhere near the capital of your city, when we lived in Washington, we went to Olympia and looked at the Washington Capitol. Didn't get to go to the top like we did here, but go and check it out. There's you've seen in the video there's museum stuff. You probably got stuff like that in your capital too. It's just a learning experience. It's good to get a little bit of familiarity with how your lawmakers are actually, your legislators are actually doing their jobs, and the palace that they get to work in. You'd probably rather be a janitor in this place than a supervisor where most people work. So anyways, videos, YouTube channels that I recommend. I'm going to start this with one I've been following. A lot of these I've followed for a while. Jason A, especially because of the theme. This can't wait till the world ends, right? We're in my opinion, and that's what this whole thing is based around, the opinion that the prophecies of the end of days are coming to pass. Things are getting exciting, and we were appointed for a time such as this. So embrace it. You were born for this. Okay, so Jason A follows a lot of prophetic events, and what I like about Jason A is 99% of his stuff is he takes clips from the actual news. A lot of it's local. A lot of it's local news. I don't know how he gets all the information and gets these local news clips, but I've been following him for it used to, and I don't know if it's because things are happening more often, which I think it's more like that. So around 2014, 14, when I first found this guy, he put out something every month or so. And then it became every couple weeks, and now he's got something almost every week. And so head on over there. I'm going to put one of his videos in the panel at the end of this, so you can just click on it. Also put his channel in the description. I'm going to play a brief clip. This is not like most of his stuff. This is, I believe, actually Jason A. I don't know who Jason A is, but every once in a while he has this guy that's given a lecture, and I just assume this is Jason A. So I'm going to play a little bit of it right here. Let him talk for himself.
This is the answer. This will solve all the problems. We'll move past nationalism. We'll be done with patriotism and all the extremes, as Prime Minister Macron said it creates.
This vision of France as a generous nation with a vision which carries universal values has been, in those dark times, exactly the opposite of the selfishness of a people which only looks at its own interests. Because patriotism is the exact opposite of nationalism. Nationalism is its betrayal. By pursuing our own interests first, with no regard to others.
Actually, nationalism is what defeated tribalism and brought an end to conflict, but nonetheless, it's a whole different discussion. In other words, not just simply nation states, but super states.
So he's got a lot of stuff, as you can see here. A lot of videos out there. You know, he's actually the one that introduced me to Jordan Peterson. I wasn't sure about Jordan Peterson at first because of how he talks a lot about religious and Christian things, but from a very secular standpoint. You know, he's a huge fan of Nietzsche. You know, which, hey, I like some of Nietzsche's stuff too. But if you've heard me talk about Nietzsche before, I like his stuff when he was insane out of his brain. So Jason A is a good one. Now the next one I'm going to talk about is, this has more to do with science and really getting into the root of what the original meaning of the some of the words in the Bible means, you know, and Trey Smith. So I found this guy when I was actually looking into more New Age type, when I was caught up in a kind of a New Age Christianity, this guy would pop up when I would find stuff about really fringe conspiracy type Anunnaki, millions of years. I'll just go and check out his stuff. He's got stuff on dinosaurs. He's got stuff on creation. He's got a video that's like 3 hours long called "The Theory of Everything," which is great. I've watched the whole thing, and like I said before, if you've heard me talk about Trey Smith, he's one of my favorite YouTubers out there. I couldn't stand him. He looks like a beach bum from California, right? And the way he talks, and he's kind of I don't want to say I want to say scruffy, you know, but Han Solo took a disagreement to that being called scruffy, so I don't want to offend him by calling him scruffy, but you'll see what I mean. And he has these gestures, and if you watch him, you'll see what I mean. But his stuff is really engaging. He's got one called Entities, about stuff's going on that we can't see. Some people can see them when they engage in pharmakeia or sorcery, you know, using drugs, and the veil lifts, and he's got a really good one on that, and a lot of good prophetic stuff. Once again, some of his stuff leans towards, I'm not going to say it is, but it has the feel of NAR, which I'm totally against. You know, the Bill, man, what's his name? Mr. Soul Cooker. I'll think of it. I'm going to play this video. I'll think of this guy's name. But it was the purpose. Context. This is one of his first videos he put out, and it doesn't have the production value. It's called The Choice. If you don't watch any other video, watch this. It is just amazing and beautiful. And that will be in a panel at the end of this. His channel will be in the description.
It was the purpose of every breath you breathe, from the very first to the very last. There's no second guessing. There is no next chance. You either knew, paused to look around at the world, opened your eyes, or you wore the blindfold and stepped right on off of the cliff. No matter which, at that point, it is finished. Death consummates the choice. Our world religions have all too often been used as the mechanisms of calculated control over the masses. Conversely, our sciences focus on the raw data, the mechanics. With the first tablet, one of the 7 little tablets of the Enuma Elish, when in the height of heavens was not named, and the earth beneath did not yet bear a name, and the primeval Abzu, that means the abyss. Abzu means abyss. What they're stating is order arose from chaos. Let me continue. The abyss begat them, the heavens and the earth. Abyss begat heavens and the earth. And chaos, Tiamat,
Tiamat is the serpent.
So, a lot of videos here. Dig into it. Enjoy. That video, though, the choice, takes you... What? Oh, yeah, I know. I haven't thought of it yet. Okay, so that video takes you to the depths and brings you... I mean, you almost feel like you die and resurrect in that video. It's amazing. Trey Smith. Check it out. Whoops. And okay, so we've got Trey Smith. That's the second one that I really recommend. So we got current events. We've got current events and prophetic stuff happening now. That's Jason A. Then we've got science and I guess you got science and prophecy explained yet to happen, and Trey Smith. Yeah. Now this is kind of news commentary. This isn't. I'd say he considers himself a Christian. I don't know. I don't know really how dedicated he is to his faith or anything about that. All I know is that this guy is pretty awesome. He does a lot of poking fun at politics. Satire becomes more real than what's supposed to be the real news. If you see some of the stuff that Babylon Bee puts out there, gets more to the heart of things than of course CNN. I think they don't have the credibility that they once did. But even Fox News, they're not extremely credible at all as well. They got a few people on there that's okay. I prefer people. I prefer, you can't make up your own mind and get your own. You can't believe what you say on the internet. We can't believe what you say in the mainstream news either. They're showing video games and saying that this is combat from Ukraine right now, right? The thing about the internet is anybody with a cell phone can immediately, uncensored, give you the current events of what's going on. I've got the actual story from watching it first on cell phones, and then later that stuff kind of starts to disappear. It gets censored. It gets removed for misinformation, and only the official narrative comes out that's spun and sometimes it isn't even. It's told in a completely different way than it actually happened. Anyways, this guy's Mark Dice. You may have heard of him. He's kind of crass. He's most famous, I'd say, for his voiceovers of Brian Stelter. I'm just going to play a little clip of him right now. Maybe.
Information on COVID-19, and then you think about major newsrooms like CNN that have health departments and desks and operations that work hard.
Hold on. I think I got the wrong one here. That's okay. Yeah, here it is. Okay, Mark Dice. And he does link.
He's the subject of widespread mockery, this time because he almost broke down into tears on air, complaining that more people trust Joe Rogan than CNN.
I want to show all kinds of opinions.
Which sounds great, but not all opinions are created equal. You think about major newsrooms like CNN that have health departments and desks and operations that...
Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you?
Okay, that's enough of that. Any more and we're gonna die from cringe. But it goes on and on. Imagine recording that and then as you're uploading it to Twitter, thinking that you're actually helping. I mean, what's next? Is rapper Cardi B gonna chime in with her 2 cents? Oh wait, what's this?
I'm really not on NATO's side. I'm really not in Russian side. I'm actually in the citizen side because at the end of the day, the world is having a crisis right now. There's inflation not only in America, but everywhere in the world. It's really hard to get the economy back up. There is so much shipments and embarkments backed up. So I'm just really annoyed by this. And I really wish that all world leaders right now just really come with a logical conclusion. But whatever.
Thank you for that wisdom.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, you got Mark Dice. He's got a lot. He comes out with stuff almost every weekday. he does like a man on a street kind of thing to show you how little people know about what's going on. And his catchphrase, I guess, is oh wait, what's this? And I love it every time. You know, he's like, oh, this couldn't possibly be happening. Oh wait, what's this? You just gotta watch it. Just watch it. It's good stuff. I'll admit, it's very biased. Everything's biased. Trust me. Unless you're just watching, like I like to do, YouTube video that somebody recorded of an incident on their cell phone. It's spun or biased or edited in some way. Okay, those are the main three, right? There's one honorable mention that I do have a video of here. It's my man Michael Knowles. This dude, I like his style. Okay, he's classy. He's a Catholic, but we'll let that slide.
They are developing a microchip that can go under a person's skin to detect diseases. The headline that I'm going to read tomorrow is going to be breaking news. Pentagon confirms that they are in fact turning the frickin' frogs gay. That I wouldn't be surprised. And by the way, the EPA and Yale University were engaging in research on whether or not chemicals in the water in Connecticut were turning the frickin' frogs trans. Not gay, actually. They were turning them trans. This is, on the one hand, I want to back away for a moment from all the theories about the microchips and stuff like that. On the one hand, this is incredibly technologically impressive. Okay, I'm gonna put the political question aside for a second. I'm just focusing on the science or the technology or whatever. It is very impressive that scientists could develop a microchip that can detect if you are coming down with a virus and, beep or boop or something or light up and tell you that you've got to go get some medical care. That's genuinely very impressive. I don't want it. Don't want it. Not interested. I don't care.
So that's Michael Knowles, right? Give him a try too, Now don't get on to me for not being diverse enough. Those are the ones that I watch the most, right? And there's a lot of other stuff I would like to. I watch a lot of stuff, some regularly, some not. Larry Elder is one of the best things you can watch out there. I don't think he puts out stuff enough. I've learned a lot from Larry Elder. You should go check him out. Hodge Twins. I got tickets. Me and my wife are gonna go see the Hodge Twins, and I have a feeling they got a good show for us. So check them out too. And so everything here should be in the description. Go check it out. Hey, if you like these videos, if you want to see more like them, or if you want to see more like them, go ahead and hit subscribe and like. If you want to see something else, drop something down in the comments, and we'll see what we can do. So until next time, I'll see you later.